मान्य सभासदों, मान्य उपसभापति जी,
Okay. Now calling attention on matter of urgent public importance, Sri P. Rajiv.
Sir, I call the attention of the Minister of Commerce and Industry to the plight of rubber farmers due to falling price of rubber, sir.
Yes, Ms. Minister.
So I wish to make, with your permission, a statement on this calling attention. Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir. Honorable members have drawn attention of the House to the matter of urgent public importance relating to falling prices of natural rubber and the effect on the growers, for which I am very grateful and wish to make the following statement. The concerns amongst the rubber growers caused by the downward movement in the domestic price of rubber, sorry, there are a few grammatical errors, however, the facts are all right. The concerns amongst the rubber growers caused by the downward movement in the domestic price of rubber has been noted. The price of domestic sheet rubber that averaged at 176 rupees in 2012-13 have now fallen to 118 rupees in November 2014. The government has assessed the situation. It is felt that the fall in rubber price in domestic market is due to the slump in international consumption and consequent decline in prices in the international market. This has been aggravated by relatively low growth in the domestic demand for specific forms of natural rubber. It is also notable that the domestic prices of dry rubber in the form of block rubber have been consistently higher than the international prices. The international price of rubber for RSS 3 have fallen from 175.76 per kg in 12-13 to 105.82 in January 2015. The government is conscious of the impact of these developments on the growers, and certain steps have been taken to address the concerns. In December 2013, the government had increased the duty on import of dry rubber from 20% or rupees 20 per kg, whichever is lower, to 20% or 30 rupees per kg, whichever is lower. The change being in the price from 20 rupees to 30, whichever being lower. This was made effective from 20th December 2013. Further, after the new government came in, we have initiated two immediate measures to address the fall and stabilize the prices. The government has reduced the period of utilization under the advanced licensing scheme for import of rubber from 18 months to 6 months. Another proposal for enhancement of existing import duty on dry forms of natural rubber from the existing 20% or 30% per kg to the bound level duty of 25% has been forwarded with my recommendation to the Ministry of Finance and is under consideration of the government. With these two measures, the flow of imported rubber into domestic market will be regulated to some extent and may have a salutary effect on domestic prices. While motivating the consuming industry to exhaust stocks and push up demand, the government is also working to evolve methods to monitor the usage of rubber imported under advanced licensing. This being done to ensure that existing stocks are consumed and demand for rubber coming into the domestic market is enhanced. In the long term, the government is working at expanding the production of natural rubber. Accelerating rubber plantation development programs in non-traditional regions, including the Northeast, is a major activity which includes financial and technical assistance for planting and for productivity enhancement. This includes support for market linkage, generation of quality planting material, farm mechanization, demonstration and training, skills upgradation, group empowerment, and advisory and extension service support. Currently, rubber is produced in 7.57 lakh hectares in the country. During the 12th plan, an area of 36,300 hectares is proposed to be covered under fresh rubber plantation, for which an outlay of 726.99 crores have been provided. The total area includes 16,300 hectares in areas other than the northeast and 20,000 hectares in the northeast itself. During the 12th plan period, the Rubber Board will be giving enhanced subsidy to growers to promote rubber cultivation and increase rubber production. The subsidy levels have been increased from 25,000 to 25,000 and 35,000 per hectare in the traditional and non-traditional rubber growing areas respectively. Following the advice received from Ministry of Finance in June 2014, Department of Commerce had initiated a process of evolving a market-linked insurance-based scheme for stabilizing prices. Extensive consultations have been held with stakeholders, including insurance companies, Agricultural Insurance Corporation of India, and others, experts and ministries and departments involved in this regard to prepare for a new scheme. The scheme will be administered by the Commodity Board through insurance companies who will participate in the scheme as per the criteria and modalities laid down therein and receive support from the government towards premium subsidy. A draft scheme has since been formulated, which would require the approval of the Ministry of Finance and the CCEA. An expert committee constituted by the government is examining all related issues. The committee consists of representatives from the rubber producers, growers, state governments, rubber consumers, and user industry, central government, and other stakeholders, and is engaged in examining issues related to rubber production, development, consumption, and exports. Various suggestions have been made to the committee for stabilizing the price of rubber. All issues related to the rubber sector are under examination by this committee. The August House may rest assured that the government is committed to the welfare and sustainable development of the rubber sector and will take necessary action in the interest of the growers as well as the rubber industry. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now the total time for this 1 hour, those who ask clarification, the mover can take 5 minutes, others can take 3 minutes.
10 minutes is a normal
5 minutes?
procedure. Very basic.
No, mover only one. If Rajiv is not there, you will be there.
Normally,
If you want, one second. If you want, I can also allow you to ask clarification, but mover is Rajiv.
normally 10 minutes for the first speaker and 7 minutes for second.
No time for that.
Sir.
Okay, you take 5 or little more, 1 or 2 minutes.
Sir, I would
But
like-
you can take 5 or
10 minutes. Sir, I would like to speak something in Malayalam. Sir, നമ്മുടെ നാട് കേരളമാണല്ലോ. കേരളത്തിന്റെ നാടാണ്. It is already requested and I think is available. കേരളം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ കേരളത്തിന്റെ നാടാണ്, നാളികേരത്തിന്റെ നാടാണെങ്കിൽ പോലും കേരളത്തിന്റെ സമ്പദ്ഘടനയിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സംഭാവന നൽകുന്ന പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒന്ന് റബ്ബറാണ്. ഈ രാജ്യത്തിന്റെ മൊത്തം റബ്ബർ ഉൽപാദനത്തിന്റെ ഏകദേശം 80-85% കേരളത്തിന്റെ സംഭാവനയാണ്. സാർ, കേരളത്തിന്റെ ഒരു 12 ലക്ഷം കർഷകരാണ് റബ്ബറിനെ ആശ്രയിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ജീവിക്കുന്നത്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ 6 ലക്ഷം തൊഴിലാളികൾ ഈ മേഖലയെ ആശ്രയിച്ച് ജീവിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇപ്പോൾ 18 ലക്ഷം കുടുംബങ്ങളുടെ പ്രശ്നമായി നേരിട്ട് ബാധിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. എന്നാൽ 18 ലക്ഷം റബ്ബറിനെ ആശ്രയിച്ച് ജീവിക്കുന്ന കുടുംബങ്ങളുടെ മാത്രം പ്രശ്നമല്ല.
I hope the minister can understand.
Minister can understand Malayalam also.
I can understand little bit, but I can understand Malayalam.
Commerce
minister.
Not you, the minister.
Okay.
Getting translation. It's okay.
Yes.
Translation is there?
Without translation also I can understand.
Okay.
Translation പരിഭാഷ വരുന്നുണ്ട് സാർ.
All right.
അപ്പോൾ ഈ 18 ലക്ഷം കുടുംബങ്ങളെ നേരിട്ട് ബാധിക്കുന്നു എന്ന് മാത്രമല്ല, അങ്ങയുടെ ജില്ലയായിട്ടുള്ള പത്തനംതിട്ട, ബഹുമാനായ ചെയർമാന്റെ ജില്ലയായ പത്തനംതിട്ടയിലെ സൂപ്പർ മാർക്കറ്റുകളിലെ കച്ചവടം 40% കുറഞ്ഞുവെന്നാണ്. അതുപോലെ കോട്ടയം ജില്ലയിൽ സൂപ്പർ മാർക്കറ്റുകളിലെ കച്ചവടം 50% കുറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നു. ഇപ്പോൾ സമ്പദ്ഘടനയുടെ എല്ലാ മേഖലകളിലും ഗുരുതരമായിട്ടുള്ള പ്രത്യാഘാതം ഉളവാക്കുന്ന ഒന്നായി ഈ റബ്ബറിന്റെ വിലയിടിവ് മാറിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. വളരെ കേരളത്തെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം കർഷകർക്ക് ജീവിതം മുന്നോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോകാൻ കഴിയാതെ വന്നിരിക്കുന്നു. അതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിക്കൊണ്ട് റബ്ബർ കർഷകരുടെ ആത്മഹത്യയ്ക്കും ഇന്ന് കേരളം സാക്ഷ്യം വഹിക്കുകയാണ്. കഴിഞ്ഞ സെഷനിൽ ഇത് സംബന്ധിച്ചുള്ള ശ്രദ്ധ ക്ഷണിക്കൽ പ്രമേയത്തിന് നോട്ടീസ് നൽകിയിരുന്നുവെങ്കിലും പല കാരണങ്ങളാൽ അത് ചർച്ച ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിരുന്നില്ല. അന്ന് റബ്ബറിന്റെ വില 140-150 ആയിരുന്നുവെങ്കിൽ ഇപ്പോ ഒരു സെഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞ് നമ്മൾ ഈ ശ്രദ്ധ ക്ഷണിക്കൽ പ്രമേയം ചർച്ച ചെയ്യുന്ന ഘട്ടത്തിൽ റബ്ബറിന്റെ വില 106 രൂപയായി ഒരു കിലോവിന് കുറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നു. സാർ, അങ്ങേക്ക് 1 ഏക്കറിലധികം റബ്ബറിന്റെ കൃഷിയുള്ള ആളാണ്. അങ്ങേക്ക് റബ്ബറിന്റെ അങ്ങയുടെ പേരിൽ അത്രയേ ഉള്ളൂ. അപ്പോ കൃഷിയുള്ള വിലയിടിവിനെ കുറിച്ച് അങ്ങേക്ക് നന്നായിട്ട് അറിയാം. പക്ഷേ അങ്ങയെ പോലെയല്ല മറ്റാളുകൾ ഈ റബ്ബറിൽ നിന്ന് കിട്ടുന്ന വിലകൾ ആശ്രയിച്ച് മാത്രം ജീവിക്കുന്നവരാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ജീവിതത്തിന്റെ വഴിമുട്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള റബ്ബർ കർഷകൻ ആത്മഹത്യ ചെയ്യാൻ നിർബന്ധിതമാകുന്ന വാർത്തയും കേരളത്തിൽ വരുന്നുണ്ട് സാർ. I am not blaming the minister or this government for this, but I am accusing the minister and government for continuing the same policy. Actually, these policies are the product of this government. Mr. Chidambaram, the finance minister, had imposed this reduce the import duty to 20%. After that, our pressure is ready to make a slight change, 20% or rupees 30% per kg, whichever is lower, sir. Sir, yesterday's price, ഇന്നലത്തെ വില 107 രൂപയാണ്. റബ്ബർ ബോർഡിന്റെ വില ഡെയിലി റെഫറൻസ് പ്രൈസ് DRP is entirely different from actual price. DRP is the Bangkok price plus 20%, but the price which is getting to the farmer is 20-25 rupees less for a kilogram, sir. Sir, the farmers are forced to cut rubber trees. Their farmers and families are committing suicides in Kerala, sir. Sir, in 2008, farmers get 1 lakh profit from 1 hectare, but now they are losing 1 lakh for 1 hectare, sir. Price is down by 32.7% from 2011-2012 to this 32.7% decline of price, sir. Sir, in the 9th plan, the farmers are getting 50% subsidy of the production cost. The production cost for 1 kg rubber is around rupees 150. Now they are getting only 107-108. In 9th plan, the farmers getting 50% of the production cost as subsidy. Now they are not getting anything, very negligible thing. Actually, they are bear the whole production cost of rubber, sir. Sir, this is the product of the policies of the government, UPA government. This government is still continuing, sir. As per the reply, the government stated that in December 2013, the increase of this 20% or rupees 30. Now the government, Commerce Ministry proposed increase the bond duty to 25%. The minister is always saying this in the last session also, but not getting finance ministry clearance. Our demand, the import duty should be increased. There are some interpretation of the World Trade Organization's agreement, but at least without cap, immediately you implement this proposal. We are not ready to wait anymore. The import duty should be increased to 25% immediately without any cap, and our demand, it should be increased to 30%, sir. Why this has happened, sir? I would like to invite your attention to some points, that is the profit of tire companies. Sir, last year, 2013 Q2, quarter 2nd, Apollo Tires, their profit is 109 crores. Now, this quarter, 2014-15 quarter 2, it is increased by 48.17%. JK Tires, their profit has been increased by 65.7%. MRF, their profit has been increased by 72.13%. This is 1 year increase. I am just comparing 2013-14 quarter 2 with 2014-15 quarter 2. 1 year increase, profit 72%. Sir, the share of share price of Apollo Tyres, that is 2013 it is 66 rupees, now it is 222 rupees. JK Tyres, 2013 it is 89 rupees only, now it is 643 rupees. MRF, other tire company, their share price is 2013 13,345, now it is 37,750. Huge increase of shares of these tire companies. On the other side, the rubber producers, they are not getting enough, their production cost, the price is it is falling, it is up to 100 rupees, they are forced to cut down the rubber trees. This is the scenario, sir. This policy is to protect the interest of the tire manufacturers. That is true, we should do it, but this is a huge increase, this is a discrimination of the major sections of the society, farmers, sir. Sir, I am concluding, sir. They are holding these all things. The statistics with the rubber board is different, statistics with the ministry is different. Actually, they are having more than 1,52,767 tons, more than their requirement. This is actually holding. They import more than their requirement, 1.5 lakhs more than 10, then they have forced to reduce the price, sir. This is a serious situation, sir. Then, sir, now this government is making a slogan. This government is a government of slogans. The slogan is made in India, make in India, make in India. What is make in India? It is only for corporates. Make in India rubber. We want to make in India in rubber. Then we should give more incentives to rubber industry. Sir, that is why we demand this government should increase the import duty, give compensation to the farmers. There is a price stability fund. Now it is not working properly. The price stability fund should be there. These farmers bearing these losses due to the policies of the governments, then the government should bound to give compensation to the farmers. Sir, I request the government, this while going through the statement of the minister, they are giving a proposal to finance ministry, waiting for the approval. June 2014, they are initiated the process of evolving marketing. June 2014, now 8 months, 6-7 months are already over, nothing has happened. Expert committee constituted by the government is examining all related issues. These committees are there. At the same time, they are trying to increase the rubber production in Northeast. For what? If this situation is continuing as same, they are forced to cut down their trees after 3-4 years. The government should focus to sustain the existing farmers. That is the need of the day. We should increase our production.
Okay.
But you should do it. This statement is not satisfactory.
Okay.
We are not satisfied with this statement.
Okay.
We want action. We don't want more committees.
Okay.
We don't want more discussion. We want action for the government, sir. Thank you.
Now, all those members who ask clarification should confine to 3 minutes, because only 1 hour is allotted. After that, the minister has to reply also. Therefore, 3 minutes. That I will be very strict. C.K.C. Tyagi, 3 minutes.
Sir, I am not. It is not proper for me to blame the chair. I am not doing that.
What is the problem?
When there is a notice, Rajiv and Balagopal, the minister also said the members. The notice is like that. This is the notice. Calling at 2 members are giving. When amendments are giving, the chair also calling all the members. Then their opinion. So I gave, we both gave, and I don't know whether if you are calling Mr. Tyagi, it is okay.
No, listen, you should understand. For calling attention, there is a rule. I am following that rule. But if you want clarification, you can give the name. I will call you also. I never said. But the mover has moved, and now I will have to go by the list, party list. The calling attention, there is a rule. For each instrument, there is a rule. I go by the rule. So even you can blame the chair also, I have no problem. Even then I will go by the rule.
Last 3-4 years, I was listening many calling attentions. Many calling attentions were handled in this house. If we can go to the history, I know how it was handled.
No,
that is why I am saying. But I am adhering to the direction you are giving.
I am saying.
No, I am not. If you because many calling attentions were here and we spoke here.
No, see. What I am saying is, if he wants to ask clarification, I can allow, I can call him, as any other member, not in the right of a mover. That is over with you. That is all what I am saying. I can, no, second chance I have the, no. The point is, what is the difference in second being second? There is a rule. Why should I quote all this? See, we go by the rules. Now, if you want, I will call you. And if you are very particular, I can call second also. But what is the advantage on that? Because mover is already moved. Now you get only 3 minutes. That is the point. Now, K.C. Tyagi.
सर, ये घर वापसी के दिन हैं और मैं चाहता हूं कि आपकी भी कोर्ट टाइम वापसी हो जाए, जहां के रबर किसानों की तकलीफ को लेकर के मेरे दोस्त राजीव ने सवाल उठाया है। रामायण में हम पढ़ते थे, जो दासी है वो कहती है कोई नृप हो हमें क्या हानि। तो सरकार यूपीए की हो या एनडीए की हो, गरीब किसानों का ना कश्मीर में भला होता है ना कन्याकुमारी में भला होता है। जो पिछले चेयरमैन थे एग्रीकल्चर प्राइस कमेटी के डॉक्टर गुलाटी, वो ये लिख करके देके गए थे कि 0% भी दाम नहीं बढ़ने एमएसपी के उस सरकार में। इस सरकार ने उनको दे दिया पद्मश्री का इनाम। एक गवर्नर थे मिस्टर राजन साहब, वो पहले जो सुब्रमण्यम साहब थे उनके लाडले थे, आरबीआई के गवर्नर थे। वो सिफारिश करके गए इस सरकार के लिए कि भैया ये बड़ा बढ़िया आदमी है, इसको मत छेड़ना। तीसरे थे सुब्रमण्यम साहब, जो भारत सरकार के गवर्नर बने हैं अब। ये पहले तारीफ कर चुके हैं। बाद में मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि जो किसानों की हालत है, चाहे रबर पैदा करने वाले की हो, हमारे मित्र नारा लगाते थे बाएंबाजी वाले की कश्मीर से लेकर कन्याकुमारी तक भारत एक है, इनका भी नारा सही है और हमारा भी नारा सही है कि कश्मीर के सेब उत्पादकों से लेकर के कोट्टायम के जो रबर उत्पादक है, सबकी लुटाई एक जैसी है। इसलिए सर मैं आपका ध्यान आकर्षित कराना चाहता हूं, ये दुनिया का 5वां मुल्क है जो 92% अकेले आपके जिले कोट्टायम में ये रबर पैदा करता है। और सर जो रबर आप बाहर से मंगा रहे हो, यानी कि विदेश के किसान को जो पैसा दे रहे हो वो ज्यादा है और हिंदुस्तान के जो किसान को पैदा दे रहे हो वो कम है। ऐसा ये पिछली सरकार भी ऑस्ट्रेलिया से जब कई बार गेहूं मंगाती थी तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया के किसान को ज्यादा पैसा देती थी और हमारे हिंदुस्तान के किसान को कम पैदा देती है। सर ये सिस्टम जो है, हमें इसका पता नहीं था कि सरकारों की अदला बदली से गरीब लोगों की किस्मत में कोई बदलाव नहीं होता। इसलिए ये जो इस समय 92 रुपये पर केजी है, किसानों का यहाँ का सस्ता, बाहर के किसान का महंगा। मैं अपनी रबर इंपोर्ट पे तब तक बैन लग जाना चाहिए, वहां के किसानों ने मांग की है, जब तक रबर का उत्पादन लागत मूल्य ना मिले, जो नहीं मिल रहा उनको। दूसरा, कम से कम 1000 करोड़ रुपए की राशि आवंटित हो और ये राशि वो है जो प्राइस स्टेबलाइजेशन फंड में है, जो किसानों से ही आपने इकट्ठी की है। और इस तरह की राशि थाईलैंड के जो छोटा मुल्क है वहां 80 करोड़ की राशि वहां के किसानों को, चूंकि उनके भी रबर के उत्पादन में दिक्कत आ रही है, उनको दी गई है। सर जो किसानों का जो सिंथेटिक रबर है, अब नई नई चीजें चल पड़ी।
Put the question and conclude.
सर जो दाम घटे हैं इसके डीजल के, पेट्रोल के, सिंथेटिक रबर बन रही है और वो जब यहाँ आएगी कि तो यहाँ का मार्केट सारा मर गया है। लगभग 1 करोड़ के करीब देश भर के, ये खास तौर से दक्षिण भारत के आपके जिले के सर किसान हैं। और मैं एक फोटो में लेकर आया हूं आपकी जानकारी के लिए। वो
क्वेश्चन पूछिए।
अंधविश्वास कोट्टायम तक फैल गया है। हमारे यहाँ बारिश हो इसके लिए धर्म पूजा होती है, अब कोट्टायम में दूध चढ़ाया जा रहा रबड़ के पेड़ को कि हे भगवान हमारे दाम बढ़े। बचपन में जब हम छोटे थे, खत्म कर रहा हूं अपनी बात, हम सुनते थे कि भाग, नसीब और भाव, द प्राइस, ये भगवान तय करता है। लेकिन हमें अब पता लगा यहाँ आकर के कि किस्मत भगवान तय करता होगा, दाम सरकार तय करती है। और सरकार कोई भी हो, ये खास तबकों की सरकार है, ये हमारी सरकार नहीं है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
ओके, धन्यवाद। ओके, के एन बालगोपाल।
I am not speaking. You as per the rule I am. All the, let all the parties speak and then
I am calling you. You speak.
No, sir.
Take 3 minutes and call.
I am speaking. You said it is better
You
to
speak.
speak finally. No, yes, sir.
No.
No.
I am calling you. No, you. What is this?
No, sir, I am not interested to violate the rules of the house.
I am not. I am asking you to speak if you want.
I want to specifically, and tomorrow I will bring many examples of the calling attention where the names of the people called earlier. I will bring tomorrow. Because that is why I am saying. Because I was in the house for the last 5 years and
no, if you want, no,
experience, sir.
Whatever he allude to the against the chair is expense.
Yeah, that is correct.
If you want to speak on rubber, no.
Thank you.
Whatever is allued is expense.
I don't want
what
to be
in this kind of,
sir.
This is not a proper behavior on your part. I am telling you.
No, this is not. I am saying about the past experiences, sir.
What past experience?
Jagada ka issue, sir. So, the issue, sir, the issue of rubber, because it is such a serious issue in the country, and several times we raised this issue and we gave this notice 2 weeks back, last week, and we got this and we were expecting to get some good reply from the minister. Sir, the examples of the intervention by the government, I can see some examples. Sir, major rubber producing countries like Thailand, they already put $1.8 billion, that is around 1,080 crores for supporting the farmers in Thailand, some stabilization fund. Sir, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia and Vietnam have already decided to refrain from selling natural rubber below the current price to control the market. Sir, Cambodia, Philippines and Papua New Guinea, they are also having some special schemes to support the rubber producers. Sir, here in the country there is some deficiency of rubber every year. Around 50,000 tons we are scarce. We are inadequate production is there. So 50,000 tons maximum they can import. But in the last 3 years, if we calculate 3 lakh on an average, 3 lakh or 2 lakh, 5,000 lakh tons every year they imported. So this by importing that they are trying to reduce the domestic price. Sir, the states like Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Tripura and some hectare, Assam is producing rubber, some northeastern countries are producing. Sir, now as per the NABARD account, NABARD is saying that for 1 hectare of rubber production, rubber tree plantation, 3,13,000 is the cost for 1 hectare of rubber to be planted. And this is in Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and in northeast it is 2,30,000. Such an investment is there, sir. Such an investment here, and after 7 years only we are tapping the rubber. 7 years it will grow. It is a cash crop, and after 7 years only we are getting the rubber production from that. And if the price is going down like this, sir, it will affect the, because it's a long gestation period rubber, and entire farmers are affected. Sir, Mr. Rajiv, when he told about the rubber manufacturers, tire manufacturers. Sir, in the last year, 2 years, if we take the calculation of rubber produced, tire produced in the country, it is more than 25,000 crores production is there, sir. 25,000 crores production is there, and if you take a tire of Maruti car, it is 3,000 rupees for a tire. Last year it was there, 2 years back it was there, and even now it is 3,000 rupees. Tire price has been fallen by 50%. Rubber price has been fallen by 50%. The tire companies are charging the same price. Sir, 13,500 crores the farmers are losing annually. That calculation also I am giving, sir. 9 lakh ton rubber we are producing. 150 kilo per kilo it is reduced, and if we calculate it is 13,500 crores, and this 13,500 crores is going to the tire manufacturers. They are getting this profit.
Okay.
Government have to do some insurance, price stabilization, immediately ban the rubber import. That is what we have requested.
Thank you. Sri A.K. Anthony.
Sir, I don't want to repeat points mentioned by my colleagues here. But I would like to bring the notice of the government. Whatever you may say in the statement, in the ground, nothing is happening. rubber price has gone up to 220 rupees once. So it has come down 100, 105, varies from market to market. In certain areas, there is no buyers to buy by that. It has affected lakhs and lakhs of rubber farmers. Out of that, 97% are small farmers. And out of that also, majority are marginal farmers holding less than 1 hectare. So it has affected lakhs and lakhs of families all over India, especially in Kerala. And it has shattered the Kerala economy also. It has shattered, it has actually affected the Kerala government's revenue also. So what we need now is action that can be seen in the ground in the way of buying rubber at a affordable, reasonable price. For that, government will have to take some serious practical steps. My request is now, first of all, we have to substantially increase the import duty on rubber. In certain cases, we have, in our own way, come out of the international obligations. This being one of the vital issues affecting lakhs of rubber farmers, sometimes it may lead to their starvation death. So we have to substantially increase the import duty on rubber, whichever way I leave it to the wisdom of the government. Second point is, government must prepare a scheme for stabilizing the rubber price at a reasonable price. For that, you have to set apart substantial fund, and you should immediately, at earliest, introduce an incentive scheme, financial incentive scheme to the rubber farmers. Another point I would like to mention is, when the prices are very high, thousands of rubber farmers send their children to educational institutions, medical college, engineering college, colleges. Now they are, and many of them took bank loan also. Now they are finding it difficult to pay the loans. So you must find a solution to this. As a first step, you should direct the banks to stop the recovery, and some scheme should be there to help the students. And also, you must direct the bankers to stop the revenue recovery proceedings. So in practical ways, you must try to help the farmers all over India, especially in Kerala. Otherwise, I doubt if the trend continues like this, farmers may abandon this rubber cultivation. Ultimately, India will be forced to import all the rubbers for our needs from foreign countries with much higher prices. It will affect our national economy also. So I request the government take it seriously. Statements are not enough. Action that satisfy the farmers. Action that can help the farmers to go on this farming. And another thing, one more thing. Workers are also affected. Government must find solution to the starving rubber tapping workers. So I hope, I'm sure, government will understand the seriousness of these burning human issues. Government must act as quickly as possible. That's my request.
Thank you. Sri Basaraj Patel.
माननीय सभापति जी, विशेष ध्यानाकर्षण प्रस्ताव के द्वारा केरल, कर्नाटका, तमिलनाडु और नॉर्थ ईस्ट प्रदेश के रबर ग्रोवर को जो तकलीफ हो रही है,
उसकी जो परिस्थिति है उसके ऊपर सरकार की तरफ से जवाब दिया गया है। परंतु जो गैप है दोनों के बीच में, जो 2013 से लेकर 2015 तक 1 केजी के पीछे 50 रुपए का अंतर आया है। सरकार ने इसको समझकर एक विशेष प्रकार की अपने तरफ से पैकेज तो कुछ किया है एक्साइज ड्यूटी पर। 18 महीने तक लाने की जो छूट थी उसको 6 महीने तक कम किया है, ये सराहनीय है। और थोड़ा एक्साइज ड्यूटी में बढ़ोतरी की है, वह भी ठीक है। साथ ही साथ निश्चित हमारे सदस्यों का जो वेदना है, जब यह डिपार्टमेंट महसूस करती है कि इनको ध्यान लाभ देने के लिए 25% की छूट जो मिलना चाहिए, वह तुरंत ड्यूटी के ऊपर वहां पर जोर से लगाए, जिसके कारण हमारे देश के रबर के ग्रोवर बच सकते हैं। इस दिशा में सरकार तुरंत काम लेना अत्यंत आवश्यक है। इसके द्वारा इनका समस्या का निराकरण हो सकता है। साथ ही साथ जो अपने देश में गुणवत्ता का रबर ग्रो करने के लिए देश की आवश्यकता को ध्यान में रखकर जो प्रयत्न किए जा रहे हैं, उसका सराहना करता हूं। लेकिन जो एक्सपर्ट कमेटी के द्वारा जो सलाह आई है, यहां जब कई लोग मिलते हैं, अलग अलग ग्रोवर इंडस्ट्री, अभी जैसे आंकड़े बताए गए, जो माल बेचता है फिनिशिंग प्रोडक्ट करके, उसकी इनकम 65%, 72% मनमाने जाता है। अगर सरकार चाहती है तो वहां पर कुछ टैक्स बढ़ाए और यहां पर रबर ग्रोवर को और राहत दे। जो अभी जो राहत सरकार दे रही है, जो लगभग 25 से 35 हजार रुपए का जो राहत है, इसकी राशि अगर बढ़ाकर 35 से 50 हजार करे, जिसके आधार पर उनके कोई सुविधा मिल सके, तब उनको खुशी हो सकती है। इन बातों को ध्यान में रखते हुए और अपने देश के जो विशेषकर केरला केवल रबर पर उसकी आत्मा टिकी हुई है, सबसे ज्यादा क्षति केरला के किसानों को होगा। थोड़ा बहुत कर्नाटक में है, थोड़ा बहुत तमिलनाडु में है, वैसा ही नॉर्थ ईस्ट का हिस्सा है। और प्राइस ग्रोविंग रेस रोज बढ़ता है, लेकिन प्राइस घटता है तो ये बहुत बड़ा आघात किसानों पर होता है। जैसे माननीय पूर्व रक्षा मंत्री ने कहा कि इसके कारण किसानों के ऊपर आत्महत्या तक स्थिति जा सकती है। उसे रोकने की दृष्टि से सरकार इमीडिएटली तुरंत कम से कम ये जो 25% उन्होंने तो मांग की है 30, अगर 30 करेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा होगा, लेकिन कम से कम ये 25% का छूट देने की कोशिश करे, ये अपेक्षा है।
थैंक यू श्री जोई अब्राहम।
Sir, I have raised the matter in this house last week under this zero hour. And I myself belong to the rubber cultivating area, and I may be given leniency from the chair. Sir, I have read the statement by the minister. That statement gives a ray of hope to the cultivators of rubber, apart from politics. I welcome the initiative taken by the government to reduce the period of utilization under advanced licensing scheme for import of rubber from 18 months to 6 months. It's a good thing. I welcome it. And I congratulate the minister personally, because it is clearly stated that another proposal for enhancement of existing import duty on dry forms of natural rubber from the existing 20% or 30 rupee per kg to bound level duty of 25% has been forwarded with my recommendation. It's a bold step. The government has to accept it. So on these two accounts, I welcome the initiative given by the government. But sir, these imports are coming unabated. Last 3 years, there is a small shortage of natural rubber between this difference between the supply and demand. During 2012-13, there was only 60,000 metric tons. That was a shortage. But the industries, they imported 2.17 lakh metric tons of rubber. During 13-14, the shortage was well below 1,17,000 metric tons. But the industries imported 3.25 lakh tons. And the government has given me an answer that up to the 31st of this year, current year, imports up to 2.63 lakh tons were imported this year. But till now, this at the middle of March, it has crossed well over 4 lakh tons. So the only remedy available is to stop this indiscriminate imports, not permanently but at least for 1 year. So my humble request to the ministry is, government should take the initiative to stop all forms of imports at least for 1 year. Then coming to the import duty of latex, it is now 70% or 49 rupees, whichever is less. That should be retained at any cost. I have heard that there were some discussions in the expert committee for this new rubber policy, and in the draft there is a reference, this import duty shall be reviewed. That is dangerous. This import duty should be retained at 70% or 49%, whichever is less. Sir, there is some confusion regarding this price stabilization fund. Anyway, the minister has promised to bring insurance cover. I welcome it. But there exists a price stabilization fund, PSF, with 900 and more. Now it is 1,000 crore rupees.
Please conclude.
Idling.
Okay, please conclude.
Give me 1 more minute.
No, already 4 minutes.
1 more minute. 1 more minute. I will quote. Sir, this book is the annual
elastic,
report.
but not the time.
Sir, 1 minute.
What do I do?
Sir, 1 minute. This is the annual report of the Department of Commerce 2013-14.
Not the time.
See, in the report, I may quote.
You need not quote, you only say.
1 minute.
You say where it is, government will look in, government will find it out.
1 minute.
No more. I cannot take any additional name. Already have excess names.
Sir, this price stabilization fund was established in 2003. And the amount was 500 crores. That 500 crores was given by the central government. Now it has crossed on 31/3/2014. The amount in the price stabilization fund is 918 crores. This 418 crore rupees, it is interest accrued into the fund. Not even 1 rupees is
all right
spent for the rubber cultivators.
Okay.
So there is no need to bring any new scheme. The PSF, price stabilization fund, is there. Government should show courage to give aid from this fund to the poor cultivators of Kerala.
Okay, thank you. Sri M.B. Achyutan. Should all finish in 3 minutes, otherwise you will not get answer, because 1 hour is only total time.
Sir, I am dismayed by the statement of the minister, because it doesn't reflect the ground reality, the acute situation faced by the rubber growers, especially in Kerala. As pointed out, there are 11 lakh cultivators, rubber cultivators in Kerala, and when we say that it is not rubber plantation, but very 1 acre, 2 acre, small scale farmers, marginal farmers, and they are in total distress. And one statistics, when the rubber price was 250 per kilo, it has come to 120. Due to this fall of price, Kerala has lost 17,000 crore rupees in 1 year. For that, within last 2 years, Kerala lost nearly 38,000 crore. So you can imagine what a distress, what a situation, what is the plight of the farmers in Kerala. And government is still saying that the Commerce Ministry has proposed to increase it to 25 to 30. You are not at all concerned about the situation. The situation is so grave that people are cutting the rubber trees. They are abandoning the rubber cultivation. They are moving to some other cultivation. That is the situation. As a government, you have to see the larger interest of the country. If farmers abandon the rubber plantation, what will happen to the economy of India during in the coming years? Then, when on one side the price of the rubber is decreasing, on the other side all the prices of the end products are increasing. Rajiv has pointed out the profit of the rubber tire industry. The last 1 year, the share price of the big tire companies have increased 4-fold. You can imagine that. So this government is consciously supporting the corporate houses in India. And I don't absorb the previous government also. When the ASEAN agreement was signed, we in Kerala protested it and said that you have to protect the rubber planters, farmers. Then we got a solemn assurance from the UPA government that we will protect. And how they protect, we saw during the last 2 years. When the UPA government was there, when such as stalwarts like A.K. Antony was there in the ministry, they didn't take any action to protect the poor farmers of the Kerala. And Jairam Ramesh, such a pro-farmer minister was there, they are not able to protect the interest of the farmer. The same policy is being followed by the BJP government. The same. So now both of now Congress is saying that you protected me. They didn't protect and you are following the same policy. So if you have any commitment to the farmers, rubber growers, to the state of Kerala, you have to ban the import of rubber for at least for 1 or 2 years. Let it be stabilized and evolve a rubber policy, which will then you have to find out the ways to
all right, 3 minutes. Okay.
No, you can have the rubberized rubberization of the road. So increase the utilization of the rubber.
Very good.
Then only you can have the get more demand. And now there is and the ministry is saying that we are going to make more plantation, 35,000 more. More. For what? To let the farmers to force inside? It is not at all.
All right, pro-farmer. Rubberized road I also support. No, you sit down. Rubberized road. See, Ram Gopal Yadav ji.
धन्यवाद श्रीमान. केरल के रबर पैदा करने वाले किसानों की जो समस्या है उससे मैं भी चिंतित हूं और जो बात कही राजीव जी ने और अन्य साथियों ने उनसे मैं अपने को संबद्ध करता हूं. मैं केवल 2 सवाल माननीय मंत्री जी से करना चाहता हूं कि आपके बयान से भी स्पष्ट है कि कीमत बहुत गिरावट कीमतों में आई है और एक उसका कारण ये भी है कि बड़े पैमाने पर इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं हम रबर. तो क्या इस तरह का कोई WTO या अन्य किसी के माध्यम से ऐसा समझौता है कि कोई हम पे बाध्यकारी हो कि हम इतना रबर या अन्य चीज़ इंपोर्ट करना ही पड़ेगा? क्या ये आवश्यक है? और अगर आवश्यक नहीं है तो क्या केरल के किसान रबर किसानों के हक में गवर्नमेंट ये पाबंदी लगाएगी कि बाहर से जो इंपोर्ट किया जा रहा है लाया जा रहा है रबर उस पर रोक लगा दी जाए ताकि यहाँ के किसानों को उसका उचित मूल्य मिल सके? नंबर 2, किसानों को ये जो घाटा हो रहा है और कीमतें लगातार नीचे जा रही हैं, तो क्या गवर्नमेंट की कोई ऐसी योजना है कि उस घाटा को पूरा करने के लिए जो किसान पैदा कर रहा है रबर, उस रबर को खरीदने के लिए कोई व्यवस्था करेगी, जैसे अन्य कई फसलों में की जाती है? और क्या जो उसकी लागत है, क्योंकि लागत का मूल्य से काम नहीं चल सकता, जब तक लाभकारी मूल्य किसान को नहीं मिलेगा। आपने अपने चुनाव घोषणा पत्र में ये वादा किया था कि हम किसान को उसकी लागत का 1.5 गुना मूल्य देंगे। तो आई वांट टू नो थ्रू यू सर टू द फ्रॉम द मिनिस्टर वेदर द गवर्नमेंट इज गोइंग टू फुलफिल दिस प्रॉमिस in the case of rubber farmers of Kerala.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Sri Jairam Ramesh.
Bhavamanya Petta, Deputy Chairman, sir. You have to give me 4 minutes now.
I don't.
Sir, I want to make 3 specific points on the crisis facing the rubber industry. First, what is the crisis about? The crisis is not just about the decline in prices. The crisis has 4 different dimensions. First, domestic production has fallen from over 900,000 tons to about 670,000 tons. Number 2, yields have declined from 1.8 tons per hectare to about 1.6 tons per hectare. India was number 1 in productivity. India is now number 4 in productivity. Number 3, imports, which were 10% of consumption 5 years ago, now constitute 40% of consumption.
Why?
And number 4, prices, as Mr. Anthony has pointed out and others have pointed out, which were hovering around 200 rupees a kg, have now fallen to about 130 or 135 rupees a kg.
About 200.
So any action that the government takes has to address all these 4 issues: the fall in production, the increase in imports, the decline in yields, and the fall in prices. My second point. Sir, the increase in the import duty from 20% to 25%, which is the bound rate, is a welcome move, and sooner it happens, the better. The statement made by the Honorable Minister that the Price Stabilization Fund will be reviewed to make it more effective, again is a very welcome step and should be supported. I want to make one specific suggestion. 50% of the rubber area is today old, sterile and unproductive plantations. And that is why a replantation scheme was proposed in the 12th 5-year plan. So it is very clear that the incentive provided, 25,000 rupees per hectare in Kerala and 35,000 rupees in non-traditional areas, has proved to be completely inadequate to promote replantation. Replantation, sir, the sad reality is replantation has failed in the rubber industry. And the reason why it has failed is the quantum of subsidy that is being provided has been totally inadequate. It amounts to about 8% of the cost of production. I would request the Honorable Minister to have this reviewed and if need be, increase the subsidy element. And I would like to inform the Honorable Minister, as she already knows, that almost 45% of the cost of replantation is in the first year. So the Finance Ministry should not be worried about the financial outgo, because the bulk of the outgo takes place in the first year. So 25,000 rupees per hectare for replantation has proved to be a complete inadequate incentive, and unless you increase the replantation momentum, this problem of the rubber industry will not get solved. Finally, sir, my request to the Honorable Minister, the Rubber Board has been without a chairman for 6 months. Yeah. Please appoint a full-time Rubber Board chairman. Please revamp the rubber extension efforts of the Rubber Board. The Rubber Research Institute in Kottayam has been a world-class institute. It made India the top country in terms of rubber yields, but because of climate change, because of monsoon uncertainties, it is having a great impact on rubber varieties. We do not have clones for rubber to be grown in Tripura and Northeast. We need to develop region-specific clones, and therefore we need to recapture the leadership that we had in rubber research. For that, a full-time, regular chairman of the rubber board is absolutely essential. Thank you, sir.
Deputy Chairman, sir, on behalf of the rubber growers in some parts of Tamil Nadu, All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam raises its voice and expresses its concern. During 2008, the cost of cultivation of rubber in 1 hectare was rupees 98,000. It has touched to rupees 3,25,000 now, mainly due to hike in price of sapling, labor cost, fertilizers and transportation cost. The productivity remains more or less the same at around 1,800 kilos. The sorry state is that 6 years ago, a farmer made a profit of around 1 lakh from a hectare in his possession, but now he is in loss of rupees 1 lakh. Going forward, the very sustainability of rubber cultivation hangs in balance. Rubber price is down by 32.7% from the peak price recorded in 2011-12 period. It is the livelihood of 12 lakh farmers. During the 9th 5-year plan, rubber farmers used to get almost 50% of cost of production as subsidy. The amount has shrieked continuously in the 10th and the 11th 5-year plans. Now the subsidy amount is negligible and the farmer has to bear the entire cost. Last year, rupees 180 crores was collected from the farmers as cess, but it has not been returned to them. The production of natural rubber in the country increased from 5.07 lakh ton in 95-96 period to 9.5 lakh tons in 2014. The average cost of production of natural rubber is about 150 per kilo, rupees 150 per kilo, whereas the average price realized by the grower hovers around below that level. Now it has become almost impossible to carry out the cultivation in a profitable manner. So I urge the central government should take enough steps to bear any fruit. Thank you.
Kumar Kashyap. No, please, let's just finish it. You are always serious.
There's an issue. Sir, at 3 o'clock today, there are 2 select committee meetings. With 1 minute, sir.
No.
1 minute.
When we take that subject, I will allow you, not now.
No, 1 minute, sir.
Not in between.
38 members have to go. We have to go now 3 o'clock.
No, it's okay.
Sir, the FDI insurance.
No, please.
The FDI.
No,
sir,
please.
hear me. Hear me out. I'm speaking on behalf of many members. Sir, 38 members have to go for the select committee. We can continue the rubber discussion. 38 members are in the select committee starting at 3 o'clock. We are not asking you to stop the house. We are only asking you to defer the select committee by 1 hour or 2 hours so we can take part in the FDI discussion. That's all. Or do some, find a solution.
Now please, what is your suggestion?
No.
I want to...
He has a... Sir, he has a...
Please sit down.
उपसभापति जी जो डायरेक्ट साहब ने उठाया है तो हाउस के बिजनेस से कैसे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो सकता है जो सेलेक्ट कमेटी इसी सदन के और सदन के नहीं इस सदन के जो मेंबर हैं वो इस बिजनेस को कैसे छोड़े और उस कमेटी में ये बात हुई थी कि वो नाइट में लेट आवर्स में बुलाई जाएगी यदि लेट आवर्स में हो जाए तो ज़्यादा अच्छा होगा।
तो सर जो सदस्यों ने जो इश्यू उठाया उसमें वजन है, तर्क है, कारण क्या है, ये भी महत्वपूर्ण है, वो भी महत्वपूर्ण है। अगर सदन चल रहे इसलिए पहली प्राथमिकता सदन को हो और हम भी चाहते हैं इंश्योरेंस वाला यहाँ दे, इसलिए मैं तुरंत वहाँ मैसेज भेजूंगा दोनों चेयरमैन्स को, वो मीटिंग जो है वो 6 बजे के आसपास करने के लिए बता दूंगा, नहीं तो हाउस अर्जन होने के बाद करने के लिए मैं मैसेज भेजूंगा।
ठीक है। That's good. Now see, Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Only 20
Yes.
minutes introductory
Yeah.
meeting.
See, Naresh Kumar Kashyap, just put the question. That's
हाँ,
all.
यस महोदय, चूंकि ये मामला रबड़ उत्पादों के साथ में जुड़ा हुआ है, मैं केवल दो बातें आदरणीय मंत्री महोदय से कहना चाहूंगा आपके माध्यम से कि जिस तरह से रबड़ के दामों में 2013 और 2014 में रबड़ के दामों में कमी आई है 62 रुपया और RSS 3 में 70 रुपया, ये दामों में गिरावट एक बहुत लार्ज स्केल पर है, जिसको शायद हमारा रबड़ किसान उत्पादक सहन करने की स्थिति में नहीं है। मेरे दो सुझाव हैं इस संबंध में। नंबर एक कि क्या माननीय मंत्री महोदया जो उन्होंने रबड़ उत्पादकों को सब्सिडी देने का ऐलान अपनी रिपोर्ट में कहा है 25,000 और 35,000 पर हेक्टेयर, सदन ये मानता है कि ये सब्सिडी की धनराशि पर हेक्टेयर बहुत कम लगती है। मेरा सुझाव है कि इस सब्सिडी की राशि को 50,000 और 75,000 पर हेक्टेयर करने पर विचार करें, नंबर एक। और दूसरा, अगर रबड़ उत्पादक अपनी रबड़ का सही दाम उनको देश में मिलना शुरू हो जाए तो उनको खुशहाली भी होगी और रबड़ का उत्पादन भी बढ़ेगा। तो दूसरा मेरा सवाल है कि माननीय मंत्री महोदया कृपया इस बारे में भी विचार करें कि वो रबड़ का आयात करने के बजाय अगर उत्पादन पर ध्यान देंगी तो कम से कम रबड़ का उत्पादन भी बढ़ेगा और किसान की आय भी बढ़ेगी। तो लिहाजा आयात पर भी अगर प्रतिबंध लगाने पर विचार हो तो रबड़ उत्पादक कहीं ना कहीं आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Srimati Kanimadi. Just put the question.
To ask the government if they will fix a minimum support price after taking into account the production costs, and the subsidy scheme must be devised at a national level and extended to all the producers.
Thank you very much. Srimati Jarnala Das Vaidya.
रबर के ऊपर बहुत सारी चर्चा हुई है। ऑनरेबल मेंबर राजीव एंड बालगोपाल कॉलिंग अटेंशन लाया है, तो मैं ये बोलना चाहती हूँ नॉट ओनली केरला, त्रिपुरा में रबर के ऊपर बहुत सारी फैमिली निर्भर करते हैं। जानते हैं नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न में त्रिपुरा में कुछ नहीं है, फैक्ट्री भी नहीं है, कोई इंडस्ट्री भी नहीं है, तो रबर के ऊपर इससे अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट जो यूथ है वो रबर के ऊपर निर्भर कर रहे हैं, रबर फार्मर बन गए। इससे ज़्यादा महिला जो त्रिपुरा में महिला आदिवासी महिला है वो महिला रबर के ऊपर ही निर्भर करते हैं। तो इसमें फार्मर ने ही करोड़ों लाखों वर्कर जो बीपीएल फैमिली का वर्कर है वो वर्कर भी काम करते हैं, टेपर का काम करते हैं और जो काटिंग का काम भी करते हैं, तो उसका भी लॉस हो रहा है, उसका भी वेज नहीं मिल रहा है। तो ऐसे त्रिपुरा में मैं मिनिस्टर पिछले महीने त्रिपुरा गई थी, मैं जानती हूँ, देखा भी है त्रिपुरा में रबर प्लांटेशन ही है, इसके ऊपर ही त्रिपुरा का जो इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ है रबर का ऊपर निर्भरशील है। तो मैं मांग करती हूँ जो रबर वुड इज ए वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वालिटीफुल वुड फॉर मेकिंग द एनी काइंड ऑफ फर्नीचर बनते हैं। तो एक इंडस्ट्री त्रिपुरा के लिए मिनिस्टर सैंक्शन करे तो वो वुड देकर बहुत सारी फर्नीचर बनते हैं एंड वहाँ वर्कर को भी ज़्यादा तो बहुत सारी फैमिली को भी काम मिल जाते हैं। तो मैं ये मांग करता हूँ इंडस्ट्री बन जाए, उसमें बहुत सारी महिला को भी फायदा होगा। कोई इंडस्ट्री नहीं है, स्मॉल इंडस्ट्री एक है, उसमें जो फर्नीचर बनते हैं वो फर्नीचर पूरा की पूरा बाहर भी पूरा इंडिया में भी जाते हैं और हमारे स्टेट में तो रबर वुड से बनते हुए जो फर्नीचर है वो लगते हैं आजकल। बॉयल जो वुड है वो वुड का क्वालिटी इतना अच्छा है, कोई भी सेगुन हो और भी वुड हो उससे क्वालिटी इतना अच्छा है, कोई वुड से नहीं मिलते हैं। तो मैं रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ हमारा स्टेट में त्रिपुरा में एक इंडस्ट्री देने के लिए कोशिश करें और सब्सिडी जो मिनिस्टर ने बोला वो बढ़ा दिया जाए। ये मैं
धन्यवाद। Now, Sri Vailar Ravi and Tapan Kumar Sen, just put one question each, that's all.
So I fully agree with all my colleagues who have expressed anxiety regarding the falling price of the rubber and the suffering of the rubber cultivators. And it is necessary for the government of India have all the time to take necessary steps to protect the interest of the rubber farmers as well as the interest of the state, and also to protect the economy, which rubber playing an important role to help the Indian economy to survive in a way whatever can, because import is not to be much necessary. So, sir, I fully agree with the sentiment expressed by all my colleagues in the House, and I wish government must come forward with proper steps to protect the interests of the rubber farmers.
Rubber is an import substitute. Yes, Tapan Kumar Sen.
Just along with the suggestion made by my colleagues for substantially increasing the import duty, substantially increasing the subsidy and strengthening other supporting network to take care, protect the plantation, people who are working in plantation, rubber plantation. On the other hand, the consumer areas, consumption of rubber, this is majorly the tire industries, they also should be seen that they are not closed down. In my state, two major tire manufacturers, one in public sector, Tire Corporation of India, and another in private sector, Dunlop,
I think that is closed.
Are being pushed to closure. So, I think they are major companies and can add to big consumption. So, that aspect also need to be looked into by the government.
Honorable Minister.
So that they are not closed down.
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir, I rise to move that the Insurance Laws Amendment...
No. No, please. Commerce Minister to reply. Yes. Commerce Minister. Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman. Please. Please.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chairman, sir. I thank all the honorable members who have participated in this calling attention on a very, very sensitive issue. In fact, soon after this government took charge, this issue was brought to my notice by several delegations, and each of the delegations have been attended to. I would only like to draw the attention of the House, not so much to report back on every step of the meetings that had happened, but because they are very crucial and very important. I'd like to say that we took charge in May, but one of the earliest things which happened, even on the 9th of June, was a meeting with Mr. Mani, Finance Minister of Kerala, on the rubber issue. And since then, in July and again in October, with the Chief Minister of Kerala, Sri Umman Chandi, September, 2 or 3 major delegations from Kerala had happened, and as was promised by me to the Chief Minister, I held a stakeholders meeting in Kochi in September, 26th of September, just to inform you, wherein I'm glad to say all stakeholders participated and we heard all their inputs and actions which were, it might be inadequate from the gravity of the problem, But steps that we have been taken in response to the feedback that we've had in these stakeholder meetings. Post that, again, Mr. Joseph, Minister for Water Resources from Kerala, met me in November. I've shared information again with him about the kind of work that we are doing to address the issue. Rubber delegations again met me between November and December. And Minister for Revenue, Mr. Adur Prakash, met me, Government of Kerala met me as early as 5th January 2015. The point that I'm trying to put on the table of the House is since June, literally on a monthly basis, we have been monitoring, addressing, engaging with people who are concerned about rubber. Yes, there are a lot more things to be done, I admit that, but we have continuously kept the information flowing as to what are the kind of things we are doing, and I have been engaging with members of parliament, and I know one such a thing is also pending in the lower house, in the Lok Sabha. Members of parliament, they too raised issues about rubber, and my senior colleague, Parliamentary Affairs MOS, had given an assurance to the members that we will have a meeting arranged with the Commerce Ministry, and I am in the process of meeting with members of parliament from the Lok Sabha too, just to drive home the point that on this matter, we are continuously engaging, sharing information, and doing as much as we can do, and I admit we are in the process of doing a bit more. So the first thing is about, it's not an issue in which we have remained cut off from those who were affected, we are dealing with them. And as a result, two major decisions have been taken by the ministry. Again, some of the honorable members might feel that it is inadequate considering the problem is so grave. But the first decision which was taken was essentially to address this issue that probably the imports are far too much. It shouldn't have been so. The data is available for all of us to see as to when the imports, how the imports came in, and what are the processes through which the imports come in. And the much talked about advanced licensing brings in only about 35% of the total imports which come into this country. And of course, there is a suspicion, and I underline the word suspicion, that probably the import which are coming through the advanced licensing measure probably gets misused, that probably gets into the domestic market, doesn't remain exclusively only for export purposes. I'm seized of that matter too. But that constitutes about 35% only of the total import. I'm not underplaying the importance of that, but that is a nuance which I think all of us will have to take on board. Now, when the Government of India is dealing with the concerns, I wish to assure all members, and particularly members who have spoken initially, that it is not that the government is taking a policy to help the corporate sector, keep the tyre manufacturers alive, not worry about rubber producers. Not at all. Our tyre manufacturers or rubber using industry cannot survive if we don't produce rubber in this country. So it's a situation where the first assumption itself is, I'm sorry to say, not appropriate unless we have rubber growers, and I would say unless we have good, happy rubber growers who get adequate returns for their rubber produce. The industry which depends on it as a raw material itself cannot survive. And the Government of India's approach is not to protect one without understanding the importance of the need for good supply, cost-effective and remunerative rubber as a produce. And I'm quite conscious of the fact that in Kerala, the rubber growers are largely very small and marginal. Their issues are very serious, and unless, because they depend on it for their livelihood, unless they have remunerative prices, it's not going to help the situation at all. We're quite seized of it. And in this matter, I would want to underline the fact that arguments which have come saying, why don't we stop the import in total? It's a bit difficult to sustain. Let me first of all assure you it is nothing to do with the WTO, but unless we import today's situation, our industries will shut down. I'm glad when Tapan Senji said, we ensure that industries don't close. In my constituency I have industries, or your constituency you have industries. We don't want industries to close. But if we don't want industries to close, in today's position, the rubber that is grown in this country is not adequate to meet our demand. And therefore, unless imports are there, of course, not inundating the Indian market, but at least that much for them to have a raw material supply for industries, you're not going to be able to sustain industry too. So, arguments which are coming forward saying, why don't we, at least for a year, completely prohibit imports? That's not sustainable an argument, because you need it. Our production is not adequate to meet the entire demand. So, the suggestion that we have come up with, and that which is also much explained, is earlier it was 20 rupees or 20% or 30 rupees. That was changed to 20% and 30 rupees. Now, under our government, we have very clearly suggested that raise this import duty to 25%. And let me here affirm that raising it even further is just not possible, because 25% is the bound rate. It cannot be raised much higher than that. So your 25% import duty will be the bound rate, and the earlier format was 20% or 30 rupees. That entire parameter is now being said as 25% and 30 rupees, whichever is lower. If at all it's possible, I'd like to see a day when this lower, higher business of speculation is not even engaged on, and we are just there at 25%, and that's it. If we are able to regulate our imports based on that, it would be a simpler exercise, but I'm only saying that as a speculative alternative. Chief Minister Kerala had also suggested that maybe based on some kind of an experience which existed earlier, why don't we make it compulsory for our Indian manufacturers who use rubber as a raw material to first of all buy their rubber requirement from Indian growers and then look at importing for any other purpose. We've got his input on that. In that context, I'd like to say we considered that thought also, because it's come from the Chief Minister of the majorly rubber growing state. I would like to just take back a particular decision which was taken earlier, probably in 1999-2003, when the local prices were far lesser than the international price, and simultaneously there was a glut in the market, meaning there was excessive supply in the market. It was possible to come up with a decision to say, procure locally first, meet your demand, and in case over and above that you need to get it, import it. That's possible. That was possible then. That is possible if the situation either or, that is your Indian prices are far lower than the international price, or a situation where there is a glut in the market, or both being prevalent. Either this or that or both being prevalent, you can consider the Chief Minister of Kerala's suggestion that we suggest to the manufacturers of India to first of all buy it in India. But today, that's not the situation. Not one, not two, meaning the price or the glut in the market is not the situation now. The situation now is, ironically, you won't believe it, the local price is higher than the international price. However, even then it is not adequate for our farmers to meet their cost of production, and therefore we are still at a stage where we say, oh my God, this price is not enough. But the local prices are greater than the external price. Who's going to be playing for the gap, if at all the Chief Minister is insisting that the government decide that all the manufacturers buy it locally first and then go for the import? Who's going to be paying for the gap? So that's a relevant question which, as a suggestion when it came, the ministry considered it, and that is one of the reasons why the Honorable Chief Minister's suggestion is something which we are really not able to take on. I'd like to go on some of the specific suggestions which have come. I think some of them have been already addressed. Import duty demand to be raised further than 25%, I've explained why it's not possible. I fully grant and I take the valuable suggestions Shri Jairam Ramesh has given. Yes, our decision making will have to be looking at all the aspects rather than any one, and each one of them have a relevance, and that is why the expert committee which is going into the matter is looking at it from all aspects. Domestic growth, which is not adequate because one, your acreages are not increasing, two, the fertility of the land and therefore the output per hectare is also not adequate, and therefore with all these constraints, we are looking at ways short term, medium term and long term. And that is the reason why one of the visits to the northeast from my side was to Tripura to see how best even in Tripura, in spite of Jarnadas ji speaking about a concern, and on that one point I readily agree. Tripura also in general needs industry, all right, but for the tapped rubber which comes from Tripura, we should have locally established units which can process it, purify them and then ready them for industry. That is something which we'll certainly consider. It is a very valuable point, because even the rubber growing farmers and those who would newly want to join ask that as a pertinent question, saying, all right, we grow rubber, but where do we send it? Is there a processing unit in Tripura? So that's a very valid point you've mentioned, ma'am, and Ministry will certainly take that for its importance. Now, the point that the replantation efforts in the last few years have not succeeded is something which Jairamji raised, and I agree. But on that, we are very keen that we go about this process in a far more methodical and scientific way, underline the fact that bringing in newer acreages and also convincing the farmer that I understand a lot of concern about increase the subsidy. 25,000 be increased to 35,000, and 35,000 Kashyap ji was mentioning. That if the subsidy is increased for the farmer, it might be a greater incentive for them to come and convert and go into, converting their land and go into rubber production. It's a valid point. But we are also trying to see how even within Kerala, the small growers whose output yields are not coming up or improving can be addressed, and if we can do something about that, we are willing to do. On the insurance, I would go one by one on each of the members who have spoken, but main issue about the insurance-linked income support scheme that we have spoken about in the press release, I must admit that actual real-time data is not adequately available. Suppose we were to go to see who are the APL farmers or BPL farmers for whom some kind of immediate assistance can be given, we don't have the data because rubber growers are not required mandatorily to register with the rubber board. They register it, they tell us about them being one of the rubber growers, but not everybody does it. So even for the insurance-linked income loss scheme that we want to work out on, we are constrained because we don't have adequate information. And if Honorable Member Rajiv concern was, oh, you moved from your ministry to the finance is sitting over, then an expert committee is taking, all this is consuming time. It's consuming time because actual data is not available, for which we've started the efforts. And even this income loss schemes which we want to come and immediately give as a support to the rubber growers, we will be doing it probably as a pilot to start with once our concerns are addressed by the group, the expert committee and also the finance ministry. So I, without taking much of the House's time, I wish to assure each one of the members, I think most of their points have been addressed. One particular point about the cess not being returned, which was raised by Vigila Satyanand. I just want to assure her that cess is normally not returned back because it goes through the Consolidated Fund of India as planned grant, and most of the rubber board's activities are funded through that. So it has an indirect way of going back to the farmer, and it's not as if the cess is collected to be paid back to the farmer directly. On the MSP, a point which Honorable Member Kanimuri raised was, agricultural crops, plantation crops are generally used for export on industry and are therefore covered under the price stabilization. However, different rates due to cost of production and returns apply, and they apply differently in different regions. I just want to assure the member on that. I hope, without taking much of the time of the House, I've addressed each one of the concerns of the members. We shall continuously remain in touch with the honourable members. If they have any specific issues, we'll certainly be in the process of addressing them.
No, but Honourable Minister, regarding this, the checks you are collecting, it is much more than what you are spending for the rubber board activities. And there is certainly, it is more than what you are spending. Then why don't you spend a part of it for some market intervention or for increasing the price of the rubber in the market?
Sir, Deputy Chairman, sir, I take your point, and that is one of the things on which the insurance-linked income loss meeting exercise that we've stated in the statement is also one of them. The moment that scheme is finalized, I do not want to state anything here much before the final decision is taken.
All right, consider. Now, then appoint a chairman for the rubber board. That you have to do. Okay, that's all. That's all.
Sir, since you have raised that.
Speeches, sharing of information, the price is falling. We want a time-bound implementation of the increase of import.
All right, now,
sir, we are not satisfied this answer, sir, we are walking out. We are hearing this.
You are going out,
sir.
Are you going out or are you walking out? What are you going to do?
Sir, we are hearing this several months. We want a time-bound implementation of the increase of import duty to 25%. We want an assurance when will it be implemented, and we want a subsidy. Net plan is 50% subsidy. We want a increase of subsidy. This is our demand. We want a time-bound assurance from the minister.
All right. Now, statutory resolution.
Taken care of by your honourable minister.
Statutory resolution.
Tamil Nadu rubber farmers also to be taken care of by our.
That is what he said.
No, she has referred only to Kerala.
Oh, no.
So because 19,500 hectares.
She said about rubber farmers also.
Farmers, we are referring to Kerala only.
No. She is Minister for Government of India. When she say farmers, it applies to all states.
Yes.
Tamil Nadu and including Tripura.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yes.
Don't worry.